Hello everyone. In this lecture video, I'll be talking about the termination of transcription. Transcription is the process in which RNA polymerase synthesizes mRNA by using DNA as a template. Transcription mainly takes place in three steps: initiation, elongation, and termination. Now, there are two types of termination. One is the intrinsic termination and the second one is the extrinsic termination. Now, what happened in intrinsic termination? Here, the RNA polymerase, it recognizes the particular sequence and that is called as a intrinsic terminator. And just these intrinsic terminators are recognized by RNA polymerase without any help of other factors, and the termination process takes place. So we call it as a intrinsic terminator. Whereas extrinsic terminators are nothing but the sequences present on the DNA, and for the recognition of this, it requires a cellular protein. We call it as a Rho factor. And thus, the RNA polymerase, they cannot terminate the transcription process just by using the extrinsic terminator. Means this sequence is not self-sufficient to cause the termination of transcription, and therefore it requires help of some other factors, and we call it as a Rho factor. And with the help of Rho factor, the termination takes place, and therefore the extrinsic termination, it also known as the Rho dependent termination process. Okay, so in case of intrinsic termination, here the RNA polymerase recognize the sequence and that sequence is known as the intrinsic terminator. Whereas in Rho dependent termination process, whatever the sequence which is there, and that we call it as a terminator sequence, that terminator sequence is not strong enough to cause the termination of transcription, and therefore it requires, this termination process require help of some external factor, and that we call it as a Rho factor. Now, this is nothing but the double-stranded DNA, and RNA polymerase is bound to this DNA, and it has moved along with the DNA, and it resulted in formation of RNA transcript. Now, what happened whenever the RNA polymerase, it read the terminator sequence which is there on the DNA. So that time what happens, that the whatever the transcript, RNA transcript which is produced over here, this transcript form the secondary structure, that is the hairpin like structure is formed in the RNA transcript. And this presence of hairpin like structure is necessary for the termination. Means the intrinsic termination, it requires the recognition of a terminator sequence in the DNA. Means this is the terminator sequence in the DNA, and the transcription of this sequence has taken place, and that resulted in the formation of RNA transcript, and this RNA transcript, it forms the hairpin like structure. Means the signal for termination, it lie mostly within the sequence which are already transcribed by RNA polymerase. What I am trying to tell you, that the signal for the termination, where it is present, it is present mostly within the sequence which is already transcribed by the RNA polymerase. See, this hairpin like structure, it is necessary for the termination purpose, right? Now where this hairpin like structure is formed, it is formed in the RNA transcript, means this sequence is already transcribed by the RNA polymerase. So thus we can say that the termination lies on the it lies on the scrutiny of the template, means this is the process by which the RNA polymerase is moving on the template. And the second thing is that it also depend on the RNA product that the polymerase is transcribing. Okay, so here the termination signal, it is present mainly in the sequence which has undergone the transcription by the RNA polymerase. So thus the termination that depends on both the scrutiny of RNA polymerase on the template strand and the formation of the secondary structure in the RNA product. Okay, and once the hairpin like structure is formed, next what happened, that the RNA polymerase get released from the DNA, and the RNA transcript is also get separated from the DNA. Then the double stranded DNA for, I mean, the hydrogen bonds get formed between the two strands of the DNA. So everything gets separated and we call it as a termination. So the DNA sequences which are required for terminations, they are located before the termination sequences. Means what? So suppose this is the termination site. From this is the site where the RNA polymerase is going to dissociate from the DNA. But the sequence which is necessary for the termination, it is located just before the termination sequences. Means if this is the site of termination, then this sequence is necessary because this sequence has undergone the transcription and the transcript, RNA transcript has been formed, and this RNA transcript has undergone the secondary structure formation, that is the hairpin like formation, and this hairpin structure itself is necessary for the termination purpose. Now, as I said that the secondary structure uh, is necessary in the termination process. So this kind of hairpin-like structure is formed. Now, this intrinsic termination, this process, they get characterized by two important features. The first one is, in case of intrinsic termination, the hairpin-like structure is formed. That is, the secondary structure is formed in the RNA. Because you know it very well that the RNA, they are single-stranded. Means we never find the double-stranded RNA. But in this case, the being a complementary region in the stem, being a complementary sequence in the stem region, we can find the hairpin-like structure over here. And another important thing is that a region that is rich in poly-U residues at the very end of the unit, that is one more characteristics of intrinsic termination. I'm going to tell you the significance of this poly-U sequence, but the presence of poly-U sequence at the very end of this transcription unit, where at very end of this RNA structure, that is the characteristics of intrinsic termination. Now both the formation of hairpin like structure in the RNA transcript and presence of poly-U sequence at the end of that unit that is necessary for the termination purpose. Now here the hairpin like structure, it usually contains the GC region in the that is present near the base of this stem. Okay, so these are the overall important features of intrinsic termination. Now, what can be the importance of this poly-U sequence that I'll here, the poly-U sequence, which is present at the end of that RNA transcript, it involves in the RNA DNA hybrid formation. As I've already discussed that around 8 to 9 ribonucleotides, they involve in formation of hydrogen bond with the DNA, and we call it as a RNA DNA hybrid. Okay, now whenever the RNA polymerase, it takes pause at the hairpin. So here being poly-U rich region, that there are comparatively less hydrogen bonds are present, because adenine always pair with uracil with 2 hydrogen bonds, and as there this region is get characterized by presence of poly-U sequence. So overall the number of hydrogen bonds are less, and because of presence of less number of hydrogen bond, obviously it requires least amount of energy to break the bonds which are present between RNA and DNA hybrid. Thus it becomes easy to separate the RNA from the DNA template, because less amount of energy is required. So thus whenever the RNA polymerase takes pause at the hairpin-like structure, so by using less amount of energy, the DNA gets separated from the RNA and the termination takes place. This is about the intrinsic termination. Now let's talk about the extrinsic termination. As I already told you that in case of extrinsic termination, whatever the sequence which is present, the terminator sequence is present, that sequence is not strong enough to cause the termination. Therefore, it requires help of some external protein, and that protein is known as the Rho factor. This Rho protein, it mainly involved in the termination. Actually, these Rho factors, they works in a hexamer. Okay, and this hexamer protein, they are ATP dependent, means they bind to RNA, and it requires the energy for in order to move along with the RNA transcript, and that energy is provided by the ATP. Okay, so Rho protein, it is the member of family of hexameric ATP dependent helicases. We have already studied the function of helicase while studying replication. So it is like that way only, like it utilizes the ATP as a energy, uh, and it moves along with the RNA. And whenever this Rho protein binds to RNA and it utilizes its ATP's activity in order to translocate along the RNA, and it continues till it interact with RNA polymerase. Means whenever the RNA polymerase reach to the terminator sequence, it takes a very little pause. As I said, that terminator sequence is not enough to cause the termination on its own, but because of that sequence, RNA polymerase, it takes very little pause, and because of that pause, now what happens that this rho factor, it catches that RNA polymerase, and this is maybe this is possible because the speed by which rho it moves along with the RNA, that might be greater than the speed by which RNA polymerase moves along with the DNA, and therefore it is possible for rho factor to catch the RNA polymerase. Once the rho factor catches the RNA polymerase, then it releases that RNA polymerase from that elongation complex. Then it releases or it breaks the RNA DNA hybrid, and everything get separated from each other, and we call it as a termination. Now RUT, that is the acronym for row utilization site. Row, it is, as I said, it is the protein, and it binds to RNA, and that sequence is known as the RUT. Okay, so the sequence of RNA which is get recognized by the rho factor, that sequence is known as the RUT or the RUT. Yes, actually I have already discussed that how does rho catch up with RNA polymerase. See, probably the reason is that it simply moves along the transcript faster than the RNA polymerase moves along the DNA. Means what I am trying to tell you, that both the RNA polymerases, they are RNA polymerases are moving. I'll just use pen in order to draw diagram, that suppose this is the single stranded DNA, and RNA, this is the RNA polymerase which is moving along with the DNA. Okay, and this, the speed by which RNA polymerase is moving along with the DNA, if we compare this speed with the speed by which the rho factor moves along with this RNA, so this rho factor moves faster than the RNA polymerase, and therefore it is possible for this rho factor to catch this RNA polymerase. Because RNA polymerase, when it come across the terminator sequence somewhere, if the terminator is present here, then when RNA polymerase reaches to the terminator sequence, it takes a pause, very little pause, and by taking the advantages that the RNA polymerase, already RNA polymerase is having less speed, and in fact being slow, again it has taken the pause at terminator. So by taking the advantage of this rho, it moves fast and catches that RNA polymerase, and thus the termination takes place. This is the diagrammatic representation how the termination takes place with the help of rho protein. These are double-stranded DNA. This is nothing but the RNA polymerase which is bound to the DNA, and you can see the transcription bubble over here. Okay, and RNA polymerase is moving in this direction. Now next to this is the Rho factor, that is the hexamer, which is ATP dependent hexamer protein. It binds to the RUT site, that is the Rho utilization site, which is there on the RNA transcript, and it moves along with this RNA. When the row translocate along the RNA, you can see the translocation of Rho factor along with the RNA. Simultaneously, RNA polymerases are also moving along with the DNA. And whenever this RNA polymerase come across with the terminator, you can see the presence of terminator sequence over here, which is shown in different color. Whenever RNA polymerase come across with the terminator sequence, it takes a very little pause, and because of this pause which is taken by RNA polymerase, then the root can catch this RNA polymerase. Once it catches this RNA polymerase, it helps for the breaking of bond between the RNA and DNA hybrid, and thus the RNA transcript get released, and then next step is even RNA polymerase get dissociated from the double stranded DNA. So this is how Rho factor helps for the termination of transcription. Thank you.